What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Don't Call This a Podcast. I know y'all are used to hearing us like weeks apart now, but surprise, we've got back-to-back episodes hitting you. Once again, my name is Ryan McLaughlin. I am your host, along with my wonderful co-hosts. That's right, plural. Miss D
Hello.
and Miss Courtney Campbell back again.
Hey.
So it's been a while since it's been the three of us. It's been a few months, but Courtney has been busy. Courtney, did you want to tell everybody what's been going on or what you've been up to?
Yeah,
Or
I actually now work for the state of Georgia as a social
woo,
worker,
woo,
so that's exciting.
you did
No,
it.
no longer have a job where I work Saturdays.
Woo!
That's
Boy,
the
that's
that's the
amazing.
best part.
It
And I
is.
don't know, and I no longer work till 9 p.m.
Oh, that's
Also
even
Ew.
good.
better. That's
It's a
even better.
blessing. And the
And
state
you're not
benefits.
freezing anymore.
I'm not
Yeah,
freezing. I'm not in Chicago, and I have state benefits.
and there you go. It
I
doesn't
can't
get much
complain.
better.
Cannot complain. It's snowing in Chicago right now, but guess what? There are people by the pool by my apartment right now because I'm not in Chicago. Like that's why I moved.
D, it's been a while since the people have heard from you. How have you been?
I am great. Thanks for asking. I'm just here running around behind two children whom I
Mm,
love dearly, but
hmm
boy, they are busy. But
Oh,
that's
it's
it.
that question stage too. Oh my god!
hmm
Like it
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
started.
why,
It
Oh,
just
why,
started for
why,
me.
why?
oh, it's not just why,
It's not just
Courtney. Believe it
why.
or not, it's
Oh
also
no,
why not. See, they don't tell you about the why nots.
Oh
no.
no.
Yeah. So you get asked, "Can I do something?" and you say no. Why not? And it's innocent, so you can't be like, "Because I said so." I mean, you
Oh my
could,
god.
but
Yeah.
they're legitimately questioning, like, "Well, why not?" So yeah,
My
got
niece is
both.
at the stage where she has learned how to manipulate people. She
Oh, that's
has.
great.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
I'm just
wonderful.
like, oh, she's 5 now, and I'm just like, oh, good.
Mm,
That's
mm.
I was
That's
supposed.
why they know, man.
They
They
know.
Yeah, they're
know.
smart. They're so smart. They know.
So you can follow all of us. You can follow the blog at the KWC blog on the Twitter sphere as well as on Instagram. You can follow Courtney on Twitter at Court Liz Camp. Is that yours on Twitter?
That is Court Liz Camp. Yes.
Okay. Court Liz Camp on Twitter. You can follow myself at Eagle Eye 1906. Make sure you go to the website, kidswearcrowns.com. Check out all of our podcasts, all of our posts, our merchandise tab. We have an easier way for you to find our collectibles and all of our nice goodies and t-shirts and mugs and hats and all of that kind of stuff. Go check out Ron's review on us. Go check out me stringing a series of words together trying to defend the Brack show and I lost my point halfway through. All those kind of things. We've got a lot of good stuff going on. So what we wanted to do today is we have all the three of us seen Avengers Endgame, and we wanted to take today to talk about the movie, to vent, to really kind of um, showcase our feelings on the matter, and just kind of give our own review. So D, I'm gonna start with Courtney since it's fresh on her mind. She saw it the most recent, I believe, out of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Last night.
So Courtney, now that the tears have subsided, and again, in case you did not hear what I said earlier, this is a complete spoiler review. There are spoilers in this review. So if you have not seen Avengers Endgame yet and you don't want to be spoiled, stop now.
If you keep going, it's your fault.
It's your fault. All right, Courtney, go ahead.
All right. So I really, really enjoyed it. I think it was an incredible movie. I think it was a really good way to wrap up 21 movies and 10 years worth of movies. There were some things that, as Marvel does, things that are convenient and certain plot holes, but at this point, seeing 21 movies, that's just a thing. They can do what they want. But yeah, it was really beautiful, and I wasn't gonna cry until I heard sniffling in the movie theater at the end. But even though we had kind of all saw Tony Stark dying coming, we all saw it coming. The
Yeah.
fact that they had to throw in a daughter is what wrecked it for me. The I Love You 3000, I was done. I was done.
It D, go ahead because I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the saw it coming part. Okay, so I should have seen it coming,
Mm-hmm.
right? I should have seen it coming, like you said, especially if you've been watching these movies for however many years, whatever. So
10
I
years.
should have seen it coming. However, after Infinity War, I was like, okay, like this one's just gotta be good. Like it can't be sad because I've had enough. Like Infinity War works because you know there's another one, so there's sadness, but you know that there has to be something. They got to be something.
You only have to deal with the trauma for 1 year.
Right. This is final. Tony is gone, and I'm like, okay. And then the craziest part is like Tony's not the only person that died in the movie.
Yeah,
he's the only one that people are just kind of talking about. You know,
Black
Widow, but nobody really cares, and that's it.
That still shocked me though. I was like, oh my! I was like, whoa, wait, what? Because I for some reason I thought that they were gonna get Hawkeye because like okay, his daughter's gonna be coming up, but then I was like, whoa, what?
I think that too, Courtney. And plus, it's like it's a little, and I hate to say this, but it feels like it's a little easier because she doesn't quote have anyone, so it's not like she's leaving a family or she's leaving the people who love her as far as like the Avengers, but that's it. Like you said, Hawkeye would have been leaving his whole family. Tony's leaving his family, and Pepper. Oh my gosh, I was so proud of her because
oh my god,
I hate when they write them like, no, Tony, you have to stay here with me and your daughter because this is the like you knew what you signed up for when you married him, and I like the fact that they're kind of like, yeah, Pepper knew, and Tony. You
I like how they like included Pepper in the battle too.
Me too.
That was dope.
That was so badass. There was a lot of scenes where I was just like screaming in the theater. And I'm pretty sure I was getting on Michael's nerves, but I like my hype levels were too much.
Oh yeah, when the co-god of thunder went off, we went nuts. Like we lost it seriously.
Like when T'Challa came through, like because you almost forgot that the snap happened.
Yeah,
and you're like,
I had somebody in the theater next to me that was like, after Cap pretty much got his ass handed to him, he was like, oh, T'Challa's gonna come save it. And I'm like, wait a minute. Oh yeah,
everybody back.
Be back. And then that's when they opened up, and I was like, yes.
I was just yelling, fuck him up.
That whole scene had me tense, especially. And I know, like, okay, so I saw some people, and it's not the usual people that I would think of that would say this, but I saw some people saying that they felt like the scene with Captain Marvel at the end, as she's trying to deliver the gauntlet to the van, is forced. I didn't think it was forced. I thought it was dope. I thought that whole scene with.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I thought that whole scene, because it took me a second to realize what was happening. When they said she has help, and all the, Shuri starts rising up, everybody else starts coming into the picture, and you're like, oh, okay, because to me it wasn't heavy-handed at all.
No, it was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a nod to Tasha. What to Natasha? Because she said a thing about when don't make me say her name, when she was by herself, and he was like, you can't do this alone, and she's like, she's not alone. So it's a nod to her, since she couldn't be there, that now, since I'm not here, but you've got all these other people now,
right?
So it's okay. I don't think it was gratuitous or anything. I
don't think so.
I loved it.
But yeah, I think it was perfect because again, we've had 21 movies. This is 22nd movie of all this. Like, people are complaining it's fan service. Like, it's supposed to be.
That's true. Like, that's very true.
Like, it's supposed to be.
We've been through enough. We need something. We deserve it.
Also, my theory of just like, Vision just holding the Scarlet Witch back and finally seeing Scarlet Witch like go, like, have a hint of the OP levels that she can go.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite scene of that fight. Yeah,
I was like, fuck, because like,
you took everything from me. I don't even know you.
I was like, yes.
How dare you?
Beautiful.
How dare you? But it made me really think, because I'm like, she really did. I know some people might disagree, but I don't care. Just keep that in mind, y'all. I don't care. She was really going off, and she had him by the balls. Well, by the neck, but by the balls, because he was done. He had to call, his reinforcements, because he was done.
Yeah, if he doesn't call that ship, yeah.
Yeah, and then if I think about it, I'm like, well, she did have enough. Like, if you think about how strong she is, she was strong enough to. She was destroying the stone and holding him back at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, when Vision's gone now, so we don't have a distraction. Plus, we got your rage. Oh yeah, she went off.
Oh, she's so OP. And also, speaking of OP, just watching Captain Marvel just like demolish that ship.
She just like
fly
literally
through a ship.
Yes.
Oh, and then the headbutt, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, like that's it.
We needed it.
Okay, appreciate that. Now you see, but he did, he showed her what he could do. I give you that, but it took with that power stone.
That's what it took, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. I like the fact that it wasn't the beginning. I liked it, the fact that they did show that how easy, he was defeated in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But he
Because
didn't
at
care
first,
anymore. You know, it's like whatever.
Because at first,
okay.
like when I saw that, I was like, "Wait, then what's the movie about?" I was like,
Everybody was.
I saw that. I was like,
what are we doing?
I was like, "Excuse me, what?"
What are we doing? And then that 5 years later popped up. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, that's what we doing.
I was like, what? I like the I don't know. I like the fact that like the time travel aspect. I think it's fun, and I think it's funny that they like even were like, okay, yeah, this is basically Back to the Future too.
They don't even know how time travel works, though, Courtney.
I know.
They have no idea.
Saw that tweet that you sent me. It's like, oh, the physics is wrong. I was like, okay, then you explain the physics of time travel.
Right. Please.
Also,
please
explain the physics of how superhero powers work.
Right.
You can suspend your disbelief for like Captain Marvel crashing through a spaceship, but you can't suspend your disbelief for quantum physics.
This human, by the way, she was human until what did she absorb? Some kind of core. Okay,
it was
because that happens. Yeah. Yeah, come on, y'all. Just enjoy the movie.
Well, okay, so shout out to Ron and AJ, because if you've listened to any of the audio content we've done on this website over the last year and a half, they predicted kind of how, not necessarily how the movie would go, but how the plot point would be focused. In terms of having time travel being involved and Ant-Man being the key. And so I do want to shout out to them, because even though they called it, and I feel like because they called it, and not to take away from either one of them, but because they called it, I'm sure there are plenty of other diehard, Marvel Comics fans that could put two and two together of what was going to happen. And I feel like despite that, and despite me going into it knowing what was going to happen, or as far as like that was concerned, from hearing that from Ron and AJ, it still was done very well.
Oh, yeah. Just with a bow, just like all the ends tied up, and it just was wrapped up beautifully with a bow. Exactly. Honestly, I think it was really well done.
I do too.
And I think my favorite part was okay. All right, let's back up. So I can't
do this, by the way. There's no favorite part for me. It's too many.
We're not going to do Tony and Howard Stark. Sorry, I interrupted y'all. But Tony and Howard Stark, that hit my feels.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment.
What was yours though, Ryan? I didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted to let you know that there was no.
What I was going to say was, who were your favorite characters in terms of the way they were portrayed for this movie?
Oh, wait, tell us your favorite part first, because you were going to say that. I'm interested.
No, I was gonna back up and go do character.
Oh, okay. Favorite character, like as full performance.
Yeah, for the movie,
in this specific movie.
In this specific movie,
I'd say Thor was one. They brought back Thor Ragnarok. Thor.
They did,
but the dude kind of.
I want to say Tony because I mean, he did this whole thing, right? But I liked how Natasha was softer, I guess you could say. Because, she's been putting pretty much everything that she had been trained to be, like that cold, heartless. Even when she tried, there was no emotion. But she was pretty much all emotion in the movie. And then I liked Thor, too. I really did. I liked the way he was portrayed. Because they were both really kind of torn up. And then, of course, Cap. Because, Cap
he's perfect. He's perfect. Yeah. But you know who I really like, too, that I think that, like, hasn't really gotten, like, a really good look before?
War Machine.
Was
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Hawkeye.
Yes.
They made him like a badass in this movie.
They did.
Like genuinely. Did. And like I was like, okay,
we've been laughing at Hawkeye.
More. And now the one we laugh at is Ant-Man, and they even pointed to that.
Right.
But
well, we all laugh at Falcon because whatever. Not my Captain America. Just want to put that out there. Not my Captain America.
Make Captain America great again or no?
No, I kept saying.
Did you
saying give it to Bucky like the whole time when he was just like, "How does it feel?" He's like, "It doesn't feel, does it? Like it's somebody else's." I was like, "Yeah, because it's Bucky's. Give it to Bucky." But he kept it, and I'm sad about it.
Did you see the tweet that was like Nick Bosa's reaction when Cap gave the shield to?
I missed that.
How bad was it?
I'll have to send it to you. It's what you could imagine.
I imagine, yeah. In my head, I can see. Yeah. But yeah, I think I guess as far as character, if I had to pick a character that I liked the most in the movie, though, hands down, I had to say it was Cap. It's Cap.
How do you feel
I
about how they wrapped up? Sorry, Ryan.
oh
How
no,
do you
go
feel
ahead.
about how they wrapped up his storyline too? Because I liked it. I think it was
I knew he was
perfect.
gonna stay.
Me too,
I
but
knew,
it's
Mhm.
still
but I
I still
thought,
loved it.
yeah, I thought though that he was gonna stay the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that he, when
When
they
he and
went
Tony
back,
went
yeah,
back.
when he and Tony went back, that he was gonna have to kind of quote sacrifice and stay. And I thought that's how they were gonna wrap it up because I thought instead of Tony dying, that Cap was gonna quote die. Which
Mm-hmm.
for me though, that's the craziest thing. That's why I think it hits harder that it's Tony because even if Cap had died, I wouldn't have felt as bad because Cap is 1,092 years old anyway,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
right? Because he's like what, 100 maybe? Like he's at least
Mm-hmm.
100, right?
Yeah.
So it would have been like, okay. I mean, I get it, and it hurts, it sucks. But if he had to stay back there, it would have been like, oh, okay, cool. But I guess that would have been easy. So whatever.
Um,
I wanted Tony to be able to be. Okay, never mind.
go ahead.
Because
Go ahead. Get it out.
like she said, he did get lucky. Like Pepper and well, I don't know if Happy survived the snap or not because they didn't really show him until after. But everybody was back
Mm.
by then, so I don't know. But Pepper survived, and then they got to live a life. So for those 5 years, I mean, I'm sure it was sad, but in a way, he was probably okay because he didn't have to be Iron Man.
Hmm.
So he
Mm-hmm.
got to live for a little while without being Iron Man, and then he had to go right back to it, and then this ultimate sacrifice, which I want to bring up. I watched Avengers. I think it was Avengers, and when him and Cap had that argument, when they were talking about how each of them, both of them were saying you're just a medical experiment, or you just have this fancy suit or whatever, and
Hmm.
he's like, when it's time, or when you have to lay on the bomb, or when you have to cross the wire for your guys, you won't be the one to do it. I was like,
Mm.
damn it, he did it. Because he was like, well, I find a way to cut the wire. And he's like, yeah, I always find a way out. But I was like, dang, he couldn't this time. And he
Nope.
didn't.
Mm-mm.
That was
Tony.
it.
It
Tony.
was sad. It was so
Oh,
sad.
shout out to Strange because he knew what was going to happen. And he had to hold it for those however
Yep.
many minutes.
Yep. And yeah, he says like, if I told you how this would end, it
It
wouldn't
It
won't.
wouldn't
It
happen
happen.
won't
because he
happen.
would probably hesitate.
Oh, he
Yep.
definitely hesitated. He had, because I think he still hesitated. I mean, a quick. Well, actually, no, he didn't. He jumped right in there
Mm-hmm. I
and
think
took
he
it
did.
off.
He
Was
knew
he
he couldn't.
couldn't
He couldn't
hesitate?
do both. Yeah.
No.
Also, how about like them finding a way to bring Gamora back?
Yeah, but
She could have stayed, but no.
Yeah, that's what I'm
think of this
saying.
though. Think of this though, because Jonathan brought this up. They did show that Star Lord was looking for her on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a theory, y'all. Again, your opinions, I don't care. But I said the same thing. I was like, because they told me everybody that died is actually dead, and Loki and Gamora are the ones that were actually murdered in the movie. But
Hmm.
he was saying that Tony could have possibly, when he snapped, just gotten rid of everybody from that timeline that wasn't supposed to be there. And that would include Gamora.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
I guess we'll see what the next Guardians might be.
Right. Although she was the quote, she was a good Gamora at that time, she had a good, conscience or whatever. She was from that timeline and she wasn't supposed to be there. So if Tony snapped his fingers and got rid of everybody that wasn't supposed to be there, then she would have had to go too. Nebula would stay because they killed the old Nebula.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
Gamora would have.
that was the current timeline Nebula anyway.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So
So
yeah,
yeah.
so she would have been fine. But because I was thinking, well, I was like, well, Tony just got rid of everybody that was evil or that was for Thanos, and he was like, well, I mean, maybe, or maybe he was just like, everybody ain't supposed to be here.
I guess
Y'all
the
go
only
back.
way. I don't know if they'll do that. We'll see.
I
Because we
know,
got the Guardians movie coming up, but
right?
that's the only
Hmm.
way we know.
The
With Thor.
Asgardians
The Asgardians. Oh,
of the
I'm so
galaxy. Yeah.
man, that's gonna be so exciting.
That's the one I'll actually rush to watch.
Well, see,
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing, and I wasn't gonna watch it though. That's they got me
Hmm.
because I was fed up with all of them after they signed that. When they were in support of
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Disney, I'm
Yep.
still disappointed in y'all, but whatever. So I was done, but now I'm like, dang, Chris, kind of
Hemsworth.
want to
Yeah.
watch it now.
Yep.
Kind of want to
Well,
watch
It's
it.
hard.
my favorite character, and I may be alone on this, was the Hulk.
Oh yeah, like
I was
Bruce
so
Banner /
I
the
didn't,
Hulk.
I didn't like it,
I
y'all.
was
It was so weird to me. I didn't like it.
I thoroughly enjoyed the weirdness of it.
I
I
didn't
just
like
I
did.
it.
did too.
I didn't like it
I
at
think
all.
from the diner scene where the kids are running up for the autograph,
That was funny. Okay.
and then the when they first go back to New York and he sees his old self just like going in a rage, and
Yeah.
he's like,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, just kind of just go smash a few things up, and he's
They
you
get
know,
Yeah.
gratuitous, but okay. Yeah. I
right.
don't know. I think most for me, part of the appeal is seeing him wild out like that. So him just being calm and I'm super strong. It's like now you just another super strong dude.
Yeah, I
Um,
could see it, but I guess for his story
Smart,
arc
super
in
strong
terms
dude. He's
of
smart too.
him trying to basically find peace with that.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, there's only one or two ways that you can do it, and either way works out. But
But he's like beast now to me.
right,
yeah, it's true.
So I'm like,
because
I don't
Beast
know.
is never coming over to the
Since they've
MCU. So
ended this phase, though, I think they have like pretty much free reign to be really creative.
yeah, that would be cool.
yeah, because
Oh, that was the
they can
other
make time
thing.
pass. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm glad you brought that up though. Why are we doing a Widow movie now?
I think it's a prequel.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
prequel.
but why? She's dead. I
Because
have no problem with ScarJo. I mean, I'm all for it, but I just feel like why kill her and then give us the prequel? She's not coming back.
well, I think it's just because like I don't know. She's always been this really mysterious character. We don't know much
That's
about
true.
origins, so I
I
think
mean, I'm
it's
all
about
about
that.
girl characters, so do it. But it's just I feel like the timing's weird though. Still,
No, I can agree with that.
I'm
Yeah,
all
I
about
Because
it,
think
but
like
if you're
I
not
feel like
keeping
she
up with the
was.
timeline, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like she's like been she was due. It would have worked like years ago,
yeah,
but I hate that they're like just now doing it. I do think like
she
it's not fair to the character.
they definitely could have done Widow instead of Guardians 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
I know they had to bring Mantis in, but that's the only thing, in my opinion, the only thing you get from Guardians 2 is Mantis. That's it.
Yep, I agree.
That's it. You can skip the movie and just tell somebody who Mantis is, and you're fine.
Hey, there's this guy. He's here. I mean, this girl. She's here, and
She can do this.
she can do this. And all right, we're good.
Yeah,
I'm also
because
curious about what. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say because Star Lord being half, what is he, a demigod now? Is that what we decided?
He's a
Okay,
demigod.
okay, great. Now who cares? Moving on.
I don't know why they would tease Adam Warlock and not bring him into this phase if they're going to tease him.
I guess they're just waiting on. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see why they're waiting for the next, phase for this to happen, but
Maybe they just giving them
because if
options.
I mean, but if you're introducing this very, very powerful being, I guess you've already introduced Captain Marvel at the end of this.
Who's already really OP. So I
Right.
guess you
And
can't have too many OP people.
right. And they're like, okay, well, where were all these people? Like what's going
I know.
on?
Hey, I know.
So
when
now you
Sokovia-
niggas show up? Oh, okay.
I'm feeling with Sokovia.
Because
I can
Captain
understand.
Marvel also does feel kind of late.
True.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Warlock, Adam Warlock. He's like He-Man, right? He's the one that's really the.
He's basically, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. I think maybe they were just giving options for the next
Maybe.
group. Who's doing it? Because I'm gonna miss the hell out of the Russo brothers.
I know. I'm sad.
They were so good because I think it was it Joe that was saying they have a very good way of putting two movies in one, like
Yeah.
a heist movie
That's
in
what
this one.
was.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. And a spy movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that element was really dope. Like that was my favorite part of this was it being essentially a heist movie, and kind of the
Heist.
time heist and different
Time
teams
heist,
going back in time. And yeah, go ahead.
And then, finding like the humor in it is just beautiful.
Right.
Like I don't know.
Thor playing Fortnite. I don't know why that made me laugh, but it did.
Just like Thor being basically the dude was
Yes.
to me
No.
perfect.
Yeah. Yep.
He was, but that was the other thing too. You mentioned Tony and his mom. Thor and his mom was beautiful. I mean, sorry, Tony and his dad. Thor and his mom were sweet too.
Beautiful.
That was really sweet because I love the fact that she was just like, "Hey, boy, I know what's going on. I'm good."
And then she told him to eat a salad though,
Yeah, which is a mom thing to do.
which is a very mom thing.
It's very mom.
Mhm.
There was Loki. I was happy about that. Even though he was
Mhm.
evil Loki, he was still there, and I'm happy about it. I got to see him.
Yeah.
Which means
So
I got to get the Disney subscription now, because yeah.
yep. They knew we didn't want to do it, but we were gonna do it reluctantly.
Yeah.
They got us, man. They got us.
Mhm.
So what do y'all think? Okay, so I've always like I know this is not the same, but for instance, you know how like I'll use Power Rangers for example because it's the best example for me. There was like the OG Power Rangers, right?
Yeah.
And there was a whole shitload of other Power Rangers, like in space, and I think they were like cops or some shit, like a whole bunch of different ones.
Yeah.
So me, I'm like, no, the OG Power Rangers are my Power Rangers. There aren't
Mhm.
any more Power Rangers. I'm afraid that I may feel that way about the new Avengers.
I think a
Because
lot of
I
people might feel
already
that
don't
way.
care about Falcon. Already.
Well, who are we gonna have? We're gonna have T'Challa, Falcon,
T'Challa will save
Captain
him.
Well,
Marvel.
Captain Marvel, which I think like since she was worked in the end, I still feel like she's I don't know.
I feel like it was smart for them to work her in there. I feel like no matter how hard they try, Falcon's never gonna get the fan base they want him to have.
Mhm.
Um, add to that he's black, so
But I mean, I think
I,
it's just it. What I was okay with Falcon. My problem really is Anthony Mackie. It's not Falcon. So
what
the
did he
two
do?
of them. He said some problematic stuff that's just annoying.
Oh,
Like nothing
okay.
too bad, but like I
You
think he
can't
said
really help
something to the
Falcon.
effect of he told his nephew he shouldn't wear locks because it gives the people a reason to think he's a certain type of person. It was just some weird
Oh,
stuff he said. Yeah.
that is
So
Okay.
that
oh.
was my thing. Yeah. But I'm like you said, I'm okay. Like I know War Machine's not an OG, but I kind of make him one in my head. Kind
Mhm.
of make him because Rhodey's always been there. Like not War Machine, but Rhodey's been there since literally the first movie. So it kind of feels like he's an OG, even though he's not. But we've got, like you said, T'Challa, Scarlet. Uh, what's gonna happen with Bucky? Is he staying? Is he
I
going?
guess he's staying.
Okay, Bucky, Hulk,
Oh, yeah, hopefully gonna stay.
and then the Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then all the girls because we've got Nebula, we've got
I want to see where they take
Kate.
Nebula.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kate is there. Um, if they do a Howard the Duck movie, I would be so grateful. They don't even have to do the whole movie; just throw them in there again because that was cool. But the girls might be cool, but I don't see myself going to see a Captain America movie if it's
Anthony Mackie.
Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but maybe I mean, do you just now cease the Captain America franchise and you just move in the
That'd be
direction
Captain
of
Marvel.
Captain Marvel and
Maybe he'll be
Black
good.
Panther and maybe he will, but I think maybe you work him into a different role. Like I think maybe you work him into a supporting role first before you and see how well he performs.
I think so.
Before you give him.
I think that's smarter.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's smarter than just giving him his own movie. I think you're gonna have to let him grow on people
Because
Yeah.
this is just like
because Steve
Yeah,
Rogers is
I'm
just
not
so beloved. You
exaggerating.
know.
I'm not exaggerating. In Infinity War, when everybody was, going to dust, you could hear an audible gasp, like, "Oh no, no!" When Falcon went away, everybody was kind of like, "Yeah."
mm,
I
You're
kid
like,
you,
meh.
you can almost hear people out. Okay, whatever. And I'm like, well, okay, it's not just
Yeah, it's
me.
kind of like how not that many people were moved
What is it though? Because it can't like
by Black Widow dying. They're just like, oh.
right. But I mean, I've heard people say that
But
she's
people gasped.
useless, and I'm like, she's not though.
She's
She's
not.
she
But
kind
people
of
gasped when Hawkeye was about to jump off the edge. I was like, see, there's more emotional investment there.
I was like, do it.
yeah. Because I think in his mind, he wasn't thinking about being reunited with his family at all. He was just thinking about them being okay,
Mm,
which
Yeah,
is
he's
which
like,
it
look
makes
at what I've
sense.
become.
right.
Yeah, but it makes sense though because when you're thinking about trying to save someone you love, you're not really thinking about yourself anymore. You just think I got to do whatever,
Mm-mm.
like they say, I guess whatever it takes to get them back. And if this is what it takes, then this is what
Which
I'll
is
do.
what Tony Stark did.
Yeah, and it's also crazy too because his family is also pretty much Nat's family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess she kind of felt the same way, and don't know. I just hate it because when I saw them go into the Soul Stone, I was like, oh no, one of them has to die. I'm like, well, maybe they'll do
As
something
soon as I
different.
knew they were
Maybe.
going together, I
Yeah.
was like,
But
as soon as I knew, and so I saw where someone's like, "Dang, they should have just sent Thor in a keg."
Oh Lord. Oh
What
yes.
happens though? What happens if you go by yourself?
Like, why not?
What happens if you go by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You have to go get somebody you love and they bring them back.
Or just says something you love. So throw a wedding ring down.
Let me just throw my Nintendo Switch over.
Right.
But it's a soul, right?
That's
Things
true.
don't have a soul.
Throw a plant
I
over.
wonder if it has to be a person.
I was like a person or a pet or something, right? Because I guess a pet would have a soul. But I mean, I don't know. Is Nick coming back or is he done? Sorry, Fury.
Yeah, is he? Well, I mean,
Fury
they
goes by
showed him
Fury.
at the
I'm sure
end.
he's
They
back.
showed him.
Yeah.
They showed him. So
They showed the kid from Iron Man 3 too.
Yep.
Everybody was like, who's that? Why was they?
Yeah, I didn't catch him because his hair.
I didn't catch that at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Because he got short hair. If his hair was long, I probably would have pictured it because I saw him in Jurassic World, was it?
Mm-hmm.
But that was a long time ago too, so I don't know. I mean, he's pretty old now, so I get it. But I didn't catch it. Somebody brought up. I was like, that was him because I was wondering who he was. Like, he didn't have a son, did he? Oh, the other thing that was beautiful. You know how Tony would repeatedly tell Peter to stop talking. And he didn't when he finally caught up to him. He was like, "Mr. Stark, I must have taken a nap because when I woke up," and he didn't stop. He just let him talk, and then he hugged him. I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
It's like, yeah, he missed him. That part with like when he saw the picture frame, too, when he was like, "No, I'm not gonna help y'all with this time machine."
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
Because that fucked
him
him up. Like he probably has like infinite guilt.
Well, okay. So I do enjoy how they wrote Tony's character throughout this whole thing. I do enjoy his initial reluctance to jump in. I thought that showcased how much that he's sacrificed and how he's scared to lose anything else.
Yeah.
And then I like how they didn't just show him just tinkering with things just because he was bored. That to me, showing that picture of Peter made me feel like the reason he started tinkering with stuff is because he saw that picture in the first place.
I think so too.
He changed his mind
because he knows how smart he is, I think, and he knows that if he wants to figure this out, he will. And just like when he was talking to him, he was like, just figure this out. I mean, if it doesn't work, I understand, And I'm like, nah, Tony, it's gonna work.
Yeah, I think he knew.
Because he wasn't. I don't think he would have stopped until it worked.
Yep.
Because that's Tony.
right.
But dang, that makes me think back. That moment with his dad, that was beautiful. Because
it was really perfect.
The thing that stuck out to me. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say the thing that stuck out to me the most in Civil War was when he was talking about Bucky, and he was like, Tony, he didn't mean to do it, and he was like, oh, whatever, he killed my mom, and I was like, well, he killed your dad too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I
he
remember
finally
thinking,
got to know his dad because he didn't.
I was like, well, dang, he didn't care. But I mean, of course he cares. But of course the relationship was different. But the fact that they showed that, you were hard on, but you're still my dad. Like, of course I loved you. That was beautiful. It really was.
Yeah, it was.
And when he hugged him, and he was just like,
And they're like the same age. Think about it. They're like the same age at that time too.
Yeah.
So.
And Morgan wanted a cheeseburger.
I know that hurt. Like I feel like I was okay crying until everyone was like, "Oh shit, he has a 5-year-old daughter."
Right.
Yeah, and then she was kind of sitting up under, like she was hiding. It's almost like she was hiding behind Pepper because she didn't get it. Like I see him, but that's not him.
Yeah, I think that however they had like the actress handle it, like she was just uncomfortable acting the whole time. Like that's how I think a 5-year-old would kind of handle that. Like you don't really know what to do.
Right.
I
think that was well done.
I think so too. I thought it was good. But like you said, I'm okay with people saying it was fan service, even if they're trying to, say it as a diss. Because
I will say this, I did like Infinity War better.
Oh yeah,
but like with when this movie is just focusing on wrap ups, like I don't know. But someone did tweet, it's like, man, I'm jealous of everyone that's going to be able to see Endgame for the first time. Because it's never going to be the same after the first time. I don't know if it's like if it's a good rewatch.
Oh no, it's not.
I feel like no. You have
Yeah, that's definitely it. I'm with you because it's Infinity War. Like I was saying, is like a good standalone movie.
Yeah,
I feel like even if you don't know all the characters, the movie, the action, the plan, all of it is still good because they still explain what Thanos is trying to do, even if you don't know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
They explain what he's trying to do. They kind of give you some backstory. You don't know who these characters are to fight them, but you know who the good guys are. You know who the bad guy is, and it's just a regular story about good versus evil. And unfortunately, evil wins, and you're like, what the fuck?
Which is not normal, yeah.
Right. But then this one, you have to be attached to these people for any of this stuff to matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Endgame is you have to watch Infinity. You have to watch them back to back. Like, there's not especially if you're a first time viewer. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do Endgame by itself.
No, you can't.
No.
It's not gonna work. And
because you're not gonna care.
Right.
Like,
it's
none
not
of it's
really
gonna
as good
make
of a
sense.
rewatch either.
Especially the first, honestly, 2 hours. You're just gonna be like, this is boring.
Right. So
This is boring.
and I think it'd be even more confusing to somebody when they kill Thanos the first time, when it's like,
okay, like, who is this?
Like, okay, why does this matter?
Why? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like, okay, he's dead, but didn't he already do the thing? Like, what matters? But I think too, like y'all said, you have to be kind of personally invested in the characters, because you have to understand that Natasha doesn't get emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Thor has lost damn near everything, and then everything else. Like, good grief, how much more can the man take? And then he feels like it was his fault because
because
Thanos
you didn't
told
go
him
for
you should have
the
gone for the
head.
head. Yeah, so it's like, oh crap, I should have gone for the head. Damn, screw the fact that I just went to a whole nother, planet and got this dwarf to make this Stormbreaker. All the stuff I went through, none of that matters because I didn't go for the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So if you don't care, and then like the little nuances, like when Cap saw Peggy, none of that stuff. It's kind of like, oh, okay, who is this lady? Why does
Like
it matter? Like,
that
this
was
is.
that was hard to watch.
It was.
And I think that pretty much sealed him to staying.
Oh yeah.
Too.
Oh yeah. I thought the hammer was gonna fall. Like when he went and came back, when they were supposed to bring him back, I thought he was just gonna leave the hammer.
Yeah.
But
they have to bring the hammer. But I also love the moment when the Cap is able to use the hammer, because they hinted towards that. I forget which was it. Civil War. It was one of the movies.
Was Ultron.
It was Ultron when they hinted towards that, and like Thor's face when it just like tinged. I saw it. I was like, I wonder if Cap's finally going to be able to use the hammer.
I told Jonathan before I went to see the movie, I said, because we were trying to figure out what movies people needed to see before Endgame, and I'm like, you could probably skip Ultron. I said, only thing is, you won't know who Wanda is. You won't really know anything about Vision. You won't know any of this stuff, and you won't see Cap shift the hammer, which I think is going to matter at some point.
Yeah.
And then he went off. I was like, yes,
because Steve Rogers is so perfect and wholesome that he is worthy enough for the hammer.
He went off too. Like he was handling it like he knew what to do. You know what I mean? Like
he really is
summoning the
perfect
thunder
Avenger,
and everything.
Honestly.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah. Well,
the baby has something to say too.
He does. He probably got set on the ground and he didn't want to sit on the ground.
Like it.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, all right. Well, I think that concludes our recap, our review. Is there anything else y'all want to add about the film or where you think we're going moving forward?
I think they're gonna experiment. I think it's gonna be a minute before we have like a full cohesive like Avengers towards one goal movie again. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
Okay.
I think I think we need breathing room. I think we need some time to breathe. And also, like, Disney is continuing, being like a huge monopoly corporation, and now we have a lot more. They have a lot more ownership than they did before. So I think they're going to be experimenting.
Yeah, I think I wasn't one of those people that just wanted somebody to die. Like, I know there were a lot of people that were like, I want somebody I want a main character to die. I wasn't on that bandwagon, so I need time to just have some happy movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just have some movies where nobody dies.
I'm watching Game of Thrones in half an hour, so
that's what I'm saying.
Traumatized.
Too, Courtney. Yeah, it's too much going on.
I'm literally gonna call my therapist in the morning and be like, "Hey,
we need to talk."
You said this would happen, but
I didn't know.
I knew, and I did it anyway.
I know. And then Sophie sending tweets talking about prepare yourself, girl. We don't need this.
No, don't do this to me.
I
can't deal with this. It just with the last episode. This is not about Avengers, but I'm just not ready.
The last episode, everybody was happy, which means this was going to be awful.
Like, literally everyone's gonna die.
This was going to be awful.
I'm
Are you-
sorry.
It's like you can
You okay?
prepare yourself, but you
I
can't.
know I'm not because I know what's happening.
Yeah, it's just like well, it's not just like, but it's a lot like this one because in game we knew someone was gonna die, but we just didn't know who.
Yeah,
So it's hard to prepare,
it is.
and it's like that. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't know why I did this to myself. I don't.
Can't
it's gonna be
wait
fine.
to
We're gonna get through it
scroll the
together, Courtney.
timeline and see the sadness.
Yeah, you're just gonna see me just like not tweeting for like 4 days.
We're
The
all in it
entire
together.
the entire timeline is gonna be full of tears.
Yeah, like we're all gonna be so traumatized. Like I have a
Oh my
friend
gosh.
that's like that saw Endgame earlier today and is watching Game of Thrones tonight, and I'm just
Oh
like,
no,
Oh,
she needs to take a
no.
break.
No,
yeah,
no,
like you
no.
need like I don't even feel like a day was enough of a break. I'm like, damn.
You need
Yeah,
a week.
Like, the
I've
trauma's
had
real.
time. Yeah, I've had time. Ryan, we've had time. We've had some time to kind of.
But yeah,
That's why I was like, I need to see something with Robert Downey Jr. in it though. Maybe I go watch Sherlock Holmes or something.
yeah, just watch something happy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something.
The next
Go
movie I'm
watch-
probably gonna see. I'm gonna force Michael to come see Detective Pikachu, and nobody better fucking die. They're gonna like kill Pikachu, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm done.
Yeah,
Oh, I
we'll
can't
be
wait
over
for
it.
that. I
We'll go
can't
watch Tropic Thunder.
Oh my gosh. Oh god.
That'll make some people happy.
And with that,
We
I think
gone.
that wraps up. Yeah, I think that wraps up our show today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. Make sure y'all follow us on Twitter at the KWC blog, as well as Instagram, same address at the KWC blog. Follow Courtney on Twitter at CourtLizCamp. Follow myself at Eagle Eye 1906. D, do you have anything in the wings as far as writing? I thought you were writing something.
I'm writing a couple things. I'm going to see. I've been trying to write an article about female villains, but females
Ooh.
aren't generally trash, so it's difficult.
Even there's nothing wrong with us. So even if we're
Right,
villains,
'cause it's
we're
usually-
right.
Right, we're right, or it's because they're like a minion almost, right?
Mhm.
So they're a villain because of some man's master plan.
Even Cersei's understandable at some point.
Kinda. So
Kinda.
I got a couple
Her
people
father
in
had her
mind.
fucked up, so it's her dad's fault.
Except Amazing Amy, like she's definitely, just so y'all know, she's on the list because she's just crazy.
I'd like to see that though.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that, and then I
Do
think
it,
I'm
D.
gonna do something else, but I'll let y'all know. So yeah,
Do it.
look out for the villains. Now that
Do
I've
it,
told
D.
y'all, I gotta do it.
Do it.
Make sure y'all check out Ron and AJ's upcoming episode of Politics as Usual, where they will give their opinions
Spoiler-free.
on spoiler-free opinions. Which, I mean, if you've gotten all the way through this, then you don't care. But spoiler-free review.
Unless you just want to know AJ and Ron's opinions.
Yeah, if you just want to know their opinion, their muted opinion, then there you go. I'm sure the next
Or
one.
see them gloat, because I'm sure they're gonna be like, I called it.
Okay.
I
Oh,
called
I
it.
know. I was like, oh
Okay.
my god, AJ's gonna say like, yeah, got that right.
Right.
That's gonna be Ron as many times. Okay.
That was Ron too.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Not to gloat, but I'm just saying.
Make sure, as I mentioned before, y'all check out some of the posts on the website. We've got a new playlist Monday every single week. Well, most weeks. We've done a couple of. We've got our podcast ready to go. Hey, make sure y'all subscribe to all the podcasts on the website, including Pretty Petty Politics. Jules has been on a tear with that. She's put together some great episodes, so make sure y'all subscribe to that as well as subscribing to this if you haven't already. Make sure you check out the community podcast, Two Dope Smarks. And yeah, I think that carries everything. So buy some
if you
merch.
like to see anything or have any opinions about anything for us, let us know.
Yeah.
We like to chop it up.
Subscribe to the website and just tweet at us and tell us your opinion. If you don't want to tweet us, then email us, contact@thekidswearcrowns.com. We'd love to hear from you and kind of let us know what you're thinking, what ideas you have. You got a post you want to write, you tell us and we'll put it on there. So as always, hashtag FWTV, and we are out of here.